bumpers flying. That's okay.
And we are back.
We are. Not much has currently happened. We did get a kill for purple team, surprisingly enough. Uh, oh no, that was that kill earlier. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, Ari harassing this Lux down, but no cigar for them.
Lux had burned all of her moves just before that, but down bot lane, you see that Karma is quite low, as well as their tower. So this Kog'Maw has definitely been putting in quite a bit of work. That bubble,
There we go.
maybe right here. There's a kill for Kog'Maw.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Kog'Maw.
this could also be a kill for
There we
Jinx.
go. Very well. She has to get away, but that passive will allow her to avoid the damage from Kog'Maw.
Yep. I actually think that the only reason why he lived there was because he was able to pop barrier at just the right time.
He did pop barrier, and that protected him from tower. However, thanks to the quick movements by Jinx, it allowed her to stun him and then get the kill.
Up top we have a Nasus gank. Wither going down.
That Nasus slow with the Shen taunt is going to hold him in
Just
place
enough.
long enough to get that kill.
Very well done by the Shen, even though he was far behind where the gank was happening. Oh, Ari's doing some poke down to Jarvan.
But thanks to that getaway,
Jarvan's just gonna walk just like he always does. We
Blue
were
team
actually
ahead
talking
by-
about this just yesterday.
we were blue team ahead by only less than 1,000 gold. No, more than 1,000 gold now.
Yeah, just 1,300 or 1.3k right now.
However,
Uh,
that 1,000 doesn't quite make a difference yet. They're starting to pull ahead, but with even in towers and kills, no one champion is ahead than their lane partner yet.
But yet again, an important thing to notice is down bot lane, their tower is already almost gone.
It
Due
is,
to this Kog'Maw poke.
and Kog'Maw's 20 gold up, or 20 CS up on that Jinx.
Alright, Dragon goes to blue team.
We can take a moment to look at the total gold. We've got Kog'Maw sitting at 3.4k, and Jinx sitting at only 2.7.
Yep, that's one of the huge differences, as well as in your mid lane, 3.5k to 3.2. That small difference, it looks like, is actually huge in comparison to the fact that Ari is only going to get worse as the game progresses.
Yeah, Lux is going to be able to pull ahead with that high burst damage, but Ari, unless she hits that that charm, she's going to be significantly reduced in damage.
As well for Lux, if she does not land that snare, all of her moves are just completely useless against an Ari, because Ari can just spirit rush away.
There's that epic damage for Lux, poking her down, and luckily the cooldown on her ult is going to allow that to be back up next time she needs to face Ari.
Alright, blue going back to Ari again.
I'm looking forward to that Ari change that will allow her to do 30% more damage when her target is charmed.
Yep. It'll give people a reason to try to cast Orb of Deception prior to them actually charming, because then the true damage will gain by 30%.
Right. What you see happening is though that they'll throw out both spells nearly at the same time with just a little delay on their Orb of Deception.
Oh,
There's that flash, but Lux and Jarvan bottom lane to pick up those kills. Trying desperately to give those kills to the AD carry. She gets one of them, which is good. However, Shen does take out Jarvan.
Alright, that was indeed a 2-for-2 down bot lane.
They're still fairly even. Unfortunately, however, blue team is pulling ahead in total gold due to that farm. They're just better at farming currently. Ari flashing over, but unfortunately, Ari's just got those jumps.
Ari's mobility is definitely the reason why she was able to clean up that kill because it was so easy for her to just run straight past the enemy
Right. Here's Ari
team.
again, getting that damage, but then Shen being, unfortunately though, the Lux does get to flash away.
Yeah, Flash and Karma Shield did indeed help in that escape. If Shen had saved his taunt for after the charm, that probably could have been a kill.
Jarvan gonna try and steal this, but unfortunately Ari does get the second blue of the game.
His smite was not in the proper position for that.
No, it wasn't.
He could have, if he had waited a second longer to do his jump, he could have probably landed it just over the wall and been there just in time to smite it. But yet again, that's just one of those things that it takes a ton of practice to get to.
It does. It's you gotta master your champion, and that's something like Shen. Shen's a pretty easy champion to master, but he's got some great plays that can be made with a coupling of that taunt and then and his shield.
All right, let's see.
Currently,
I'm
again,
expecting the spot lane to take their tower within the next minute.
they should, and as long as they play well, I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't, because Kog'Maw's just got that range to out damage and out poke the Jinx. Here, that might be the end of it for Jinx. Luckily, that barrier's saving her. Karma desperately trying not to get killed herself. Looking at the gold count again.
Ooh,
we got that
in.
that Lux behind, but unfortunately she doesn't get much. Her laser was up, but unfortunately she was not in a good position to use it.
Yeah, they didn't want to risk the chance of it being cancelled because Nami Bubble as well as a few other things can cancel it. Anything that
Any hard CC, I think.
yeah.
There we go, there's that
champion
tower.
I know for a fact cannot cancel her ult is Leona. Leona's immobilized nor stun will stop it.
That makes sense. Again, looking at our gold count, we've got 5.1k on the Kog'Maw and only 3.8.
Whoa, the burst from Ari.
That was, and the game has paused
Oh,
again.
I think it was a disconnection.
That could have been. She did look like she stood still there.
Yep.
Overheated. That is highly unfortunate. Definitely gotta have some books or something under your laptop to provide that good
Yeah.
airflow.
Some type of fan, because that's something that we can't take back. That we'd have to start a new game if we were going to restart that, and we can't do that right now. So much has happened.
That's one of the nice things about having a desktop for gaming. You've got great airflow, superior hardware in my opinion. Laptops good for on-the-go gaming, but they really just don't pull it in high-intensity matches like this.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure my video settings are on all high. Of course they are. And who wants a capped frame rate? Seriously. I do need to enable VSync though. I'm experiencing some tearing here.
Alright, well they're paused. We can look at the gold difference right now. Blue team did just successfully take their
Did
bottom,
my game
enemy team's bottom turret.
for some reason jumped to the beginning. However, it is unpaused now.
It is? Are you sure?
Oh no, that's still at 17 minutes. Why am I at 17 minutes?
But looking at the gold count, you have.
I just reviewed that
That fight.
Yeah, I'm for some reason stuck at about 2 or 3 minutes behind.
It is weird. I am still at.
What are you seeing? What's your time on the pause timer?
17:13.
I'm at 24. That's really strange. We did see the games yesterday, Team Mixed Gnarly. They played well. Versus Team Big Sword. Okay, how am I gonna... I'm going to restart... Uh,
Your replay.
yeah. Because when I must have changed something when I was messing around with my graphic settings that for some reason restarted it. So let's see here.
All right, but for that gold count, one more time.
Yeah, go
For
for
that
it.
gold count, uh, you see the huge differences coming in Ari and Kog'Maw. Ari so far, her total gold has been almost 6,000, whereas Lux is only at almost 5,000. That huge difference is half of a full item. And then you look down bot lane where Kog'Maw has almost double Jinx's CS. Kog'Maw's worth about 5k right now, whereas Jinx is only 4.
Right, and that's gonna make a huge distinction.
Yep.
Alright, this is very strange. I'm still seeing 22 minutes on the timer. And it says that I'm live, but
I am live. It says we are at 22:45 on the pause timer.
okay, yeah, yeah, I'm at the same thing on the pause timer. At
Okay.
17 minutes, I believe, also on the game
Yep,
clock.
I'm at 17:13.
Okay, so it's
Once,
probably just once it unpauses, it'll catch back up.
yeah, once it unpauses, it should catch you back up. But like we said, the real matchups have been mid lane and bot lane. You don't see much fighting going on in the jungles between lanes. You don't see too much happening top lane besides that
Top lane, we
killing
surprisingly have
Elise.
Shen leading in gold by almost 1,000 gold, um,
Yep,
which is surprising because although if you look at his farm, he's got 20 farm up on Elise.
yep. And it's a really common thing because most of that gold is from kills or assists. I mean, his ultimate helped him go down bot and secure 2 kills for his team on, I believe it was Jarvan and Karma, no more than 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, if we
And
look
then
at
he was able to just teleport back top.
yeah, if we look at Nasus and Jarvan matchup, Jarvan is almost not quite 1,000. He's about 500 gold behind. Um, we see the teams engaging in some witty banter while the game is paused, and they are restarting.
That's weird. It's not showing the chat for me. I'm gonna turn that
You have
on.
to turn it on. You have to go into your
Should
visibility
be
settings. It's the
Oh,
little
okay,
eye
gotcha.
under the camera.
Yeah.
There.
Show the chat. Oh, jeez. It just tried to catch up to
Also, it displayed
where it
everything they've
was.
said.
So it displayed everything and it was scrolling by super fast.
That's
And I
that's
thought it was
quite
gonna be
interesting.
Caesar.
And gold-wise, like overall gold, we have 23k versus 19k, almost 24k actually. So
Yeah,
we've got
it's
almost a
literally
4k
the
difference.
5k difference right now.
Yeah. Not much to do while we wait for this timer to count down and for the restart here.
Yep. Are you guys getting books for him so that way he doesn't overheat again?
Hopefully. Um, oh, haha, that's funny.
I'm not your mom.
Right. I have a friend who likes to post uh, politically and religious statements on Facebook, and so his latest update is it's not a statement, it's open braces, and it says politically and possibly religious statement, and then it goes down a line and says semi-rational logic explaining statement, and then the third line is ending arguments with an uneasy feeling. Uh, with another friend contacting me soon to refute my actions. And I was mentioned by trying to derail the topic into a completely different topic. That is generally my job in these such discussions.
Yeah. So looking back at the little nexus of this game, I'm just looking at purely the matchups in each lane, and I'm looking at how many games each player has played of this champion in ranked. The most of which out of all of them is this Lux. Definitely an experienced Lux, played over 1,000 normals.
Yeah, I'm seeing
I'm assuming
2,000
in
normals
ranked.
played with about
Oh,
800 ranked
on the
plays.
Ari, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Ari. My bad. Yeah. The
On
Lux.
the Lux, you have roughly 250 ranked played
Yeah.
and 1361 normals. But still, a very, very skilled Lux. She is definitely the most played champions by any player in this game. Next being, of course, this Nami at 48 games played, and these are in ranked, not
Alright,
normals.
it looks like we're getting back up here. The player, the DC Deluxe, is currently reconnecting. So we
Yep.
should be back online soon enough. Shen giving a shout out to Brohan Miles. Kog'Maw likes turtles, apparently. It's very necessary that we know that. Alright. We get to listen to the wonderful winds of Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
A definite shout out to their bro Obama. Bro Obama. Very, very well played. I see what they did there. We've got a lot of chatter from the other teams in the room. I can't tell if they are currently playing a game or if they are just in an ARAM or some such. There may be post-game interviews if somebody would like to come over to the shoutcasting table. This
Give me
is
a
in
second.
fact the
I'm
LCS
now going to. You talk to the captain
of Blue Team.
of purple. No, you talk to the captain of purple team.
Oh,
I'll talk to
Epic
the captain
Amigos.
of blue
Yeah,
team.
that would be very interesting. First, I'd like to thank my mom for being Asian and giving me natural
For
talent.
getting a new computer.
Yeah, first I would like to thank my bank account for giving me a new laptop. Yes, NASA's catches on.
So, Malphus Green, team captain for Epic Amigos, said that he is willing to be interviewed, but not after the first round. He said that he might. I believe that he has 2 more rounds today,
Oh, okay. It'll give me a
but after
chance to
that,
run back to my room and get my mic. I bought a very nice cardioid condenser mic.
very nice.
Works wonders.
I actually, um, I think it was last week. I ordered new wig mics for my school's auditorium
Yes.
because our old ones are shitty and old, and I don't like them.
It looks like we're back, but my screen is not unfrozen yet.
Mine is also still at the pause screen.
Oh, it's because of the 3 minute delay. That's why. So
Yeah.
in 3 minutes, we will be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo! I'm actually gonna talk about items really quick. So looking at items for the 80 carries, we see that that on blue team, Kog'Maw is almost at his Blade of the Rune King, whereas Jinx has been buying wards so far this game. We talked about this yesterday about how we thought that, maybe the AD carry should start buying wards, how that'll help us ease into the new Season 4 warding situation. But I don't think we're quite there yet, so I think that right now the ward should be mainly support jungle, ward your own lane, ward at your own risk.
Yeah, wards really, they need to be distributed, so it's not just the
Support.
right, because the support does still need their gold to buy items. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind as a team player, and you need everybody to play together harmoniously and have their needed items so that they can fulfill their role.
Yeah. So something I actually just realized, champions like Lee Sin are not going to be seeing nearly as much play in Season 4 with this ward cap.
Right.
Ward jumping is going to be non-existent.
It, well, it's still going to be existent. He's just probably not going to do it as much, and he's going to have to consider whether or not he really wants to do it.
Yep. But yet again, high risk, high reward.
That is correct.
We saw that a lot with that Aatrox yesterday. Jumping in under turret, 2v1, and surviving. All right.
All right,
It looks like
here
they
we go.
are about to come back up. Drum roll, please. My laptop does not make a very good drum, and here
No,
we go.
there we go. All right, and again, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are off.
All right, it looks like they're pushing mid lane fairly hard, but this Jarvan is going to be there to defend. Nope. He realized that the turret was not worth his life.
No,
since he
and
could
clearly,
just get
especially
farmed.
at that, all just above half health. Blue team takes another turret. It's not looking good for purple team.
No, it is not. Looking at ward coverage right now, blue team has got good coverage of Baron, or not Baron, but Dragon and their own try to keep them protected from ganks coming in. But looking over at purple, they have the jungles warded fairly well. They have towards the enemy team, or towards blue side Wraiths and towards blue side Wolves warded, up top warded, and then their own jungle as well. So plenty of ward coverage coming out from both teams. No ward battles so far though.
Not quite yet. Blue team attempting the dragon there, but purple team has no idea. They are not in a spot to respond at all.
Second dragon of the game goes to blue team again. And this is that point where the gold just starts going in one team's favor. We have a 7k difference now. That Kog'Maw poke is just absolutely insane.
It's that range, really. Nobody can contest him when he's using his ultimate to just poke at their backline.
This Shen is doing a good job of kind of scaring purple team into not knowing where he is. Just a second ago, he walked into his own brush, which he has warded, but purple side does not. He walked into the brush, and then Elise, thinking that he was gone and trying to look out for her team, did call that MIA, but Shen was not at all far away. Alright, back to the farm scales. It looks like we have still around that 20 farm difference down, or up top. Almost a 30 farm difference, it looks like it'll be, except for that at least teleporting top. Mid lane, we do have a 40 CS difference now. And I can only assume that that's gonna grow. And a fight
Here we've
breaks
got a
out
little
in the
fight breaking
jungle.
out, but luckily with the disengages, Ari misses her
It's
charm.
that charm. If you don't land the charm, it's not likely.
Because they can easily just walk sideways out of your damage.
And now he gets caught out and is fairly instantly bursted down. Jinx with the just. Oh, that was at the absolute edge of the explosion range, killing that Nami.
I just looked at the chat and apparently Nightbot's doing its job. Removed 2 messages because a user was typing in caps. That's quite interesting.
Probably. Oh, it's because he was he is Broham Millis or Miles. He was
Ah.
getting his shout out from the team during the pause. Alright, it looks like we're heading back into the farm game. Both top and mid are being pushed. Bot lane for blue side is holding its own. Elise really wants to try to keep the Shen back and on his toes.
She's doing a good job of it too, because he
Yeah.
does have that farm advantage over her.
Incoming Jarvan. Looks like it's gonna be a dive.
But
Nope,
they
back
pull
up.
off. Shen did see that and was close enough to his tower to get away. Bottom lane pushed heavily back. Shen's still with the advantage over the Elise, but he's getting pushed off his tower by this Jarvan and Elise. Elise
And there's
diving
the
in
Elise
with that
dive.
repel, but Jarvan
Amazingly,
did
Shen
not.
didn't instantly taunt her.
He should have. He probably could have won that battle, especially since Jarvan was already on his way out.
Yeah. I think that he just didn't want to risk the chance of Jarvan turning around and coming back in, especially with what we've seen with that Jarvan ult.
Right.
Alright, looks like we have a heavy push about to happen mid. Everyone's kind of gearing up for what they want to be a team fight. Nash is stealing enemy raves.
Both teams having equal amounts
Technical
of
issues.
lag issues. Luckily, I did bring a switch, so hopefully for our next game we will be able to get a hardwired connection.
Yeah. It's kind of strange. I figured that. Oh, there's that pink spike showing top lane. Shen missed a big minion because he was he had that little lag
Ooh,
spike.
Jinx almost getting that kill. Another
Almost
pause.
getting that Nami. There have been quite
Shen
a few
DC.
pauses.
Yeah, this is getting a bit unfortunate.
Don't
And
worry, folks. In the next game, we will definitely have this problem solved.
We
hope.
probably will have this problem solved. let's that we get that hardwired connection.
Oh, yeah. How's the casting going now?
I know not quite yet. Yeah, this Wi-Fi
Alright, here we go.
is really hurting these teams. Nothing to apologize for, Shen. It's okay.
It's okay. He paid. He had to miss a big minion.
Those big minions, though, if you get enough of them, they can change the fight. Ari jumping in on this Lux.
Hard commitment. Oh,
Hard
too
commitment, but
far, though.
she overextended.
Oh,
Lux
but-
does get killed.
Yep. Double for Kog'Maw.
Unfortunately. Not fast enough. Blue team was kind of hiding in that river bush there. Let's review a little bit. See what really happened there. So Ari flashes in, and she misses her charm like always, but Lux does get hit with her true damage. Ari activating her ult to go after her. Jinx desperately trying to slow it, but Jarvan jumps in. Kog'Maw flashes over the wall to support and gets the kill on that Lux. However, Jinx still trying to run away. tries to activate an ability, but points it the wrong way, which causes her death.
Alright, so I watched back since before the DC, and what makes a huge difference is the reason why they were so far committed, and that's when Nami got caught out and almost died.
Yeah.
Right here watching it, Lux with her burst, just unable to kill her, and then Jinx missing her rocket is really what let Nami survive. But then Ahri coming in for the collapse, as well as Nasus and everybody coming up from the back. You see it's a clear 2v or 1v2. She engages hard, but not knowing where the enemy team was really almost put her to her death. But of course, Kog'Maw to save the day.
Really, these games can eventually get into just pure vision battles. Who has more vision?
Yep. Speaking of vision, vision control around Dragon has shifted as it is now up. Pink ward down from purple side, keeping what they think is control over Dragon, but blue team definitely has that ward in the back of the pit.
Yeah, which is going to help them because while they won't be able to actively see where purple team... Oh, and then we've got that Nami
And
taking
Nami
out those
clears it
wards.
out. Nami getting hit out by Jarvan.
Jarvan might get
Still
caught
safe,
here.
though. I think
Luckily
he
with
still has
that
his jump.
quick flash, he still does have his jump up. So he should be able to get away. Nami though, cutting off his escape bottom lane. Ahri going down to help. Kog'Maw desperately trying to find him. Nasus is going to get that slow, which is going to cause Jarvan his death.
To Ahri.
To Ahri, which is a good thing though, because a fed AP carry,
Can definitely burst down 2 carries at once.
it can turn the tide of the game.
Shen winning trades against this Elise. Oh, until that fight happened. Third dragon of the game, yet again, goes to blue team.
Blue team up by
10k.
10k gold now. Unfortunately, it looks like that Lux
Is dead. Ooh,
is dead,
almost. That flash almost saved her.
but not quite. Ahri,
Something really important to know is Ahri still had one more charge of Spirit Rush, but
she
didn't
did
bother
that.
to
That
clear
Lux
the lane.
wasn't quite getting away.
As far as turrets go, top lane, nobody's taking the turret.
It's just been a huge
2
stalemate up there.
purples. Yep. That the fights between them are not even, they're the farthest thing from one-sided, because Elise is building tanky, she's getting some regen, or I assume that she's going to get some regen. But Shen has so much more sustain in lane, and there goes the 4th tower for purple side. Blue side definitely taking the lead in this game with now a 12k gold advantage.
Elise just does not have the damage she needs to kill this Shem.
Shen already has enough tankiness to 1v1 her because I saw him rush the early Merc Treads as well as that Locket of the Iron Solari, giving him the ability to fight her.
And she's out of mana here, so she's not going to be able to do much. Purple team trying to get rid of all these blue wards in their jungle.
Yep, and now for the first time, we're seeing a legitimate ward battle.
Yeah, that's what's really gonna. If blue team or if purple team wants to come back, Alvin and the Chippendales, if they want to try and make this comeback, they're gonna need to be able to see the other team and to catch them out.
Shen with the long-range toss.
But it
Watch
does not
Elise.
pay off.
There she is.
It also helps that Shen is a mana-less. He's a resourceless champion. He can stay in lane forever as long as he has health.
And that's why we were talking about that force of nature on Shen, staying in lane forever.
Yeah, we start to see Elise, now that she has all this health, trying to get back at Shen. But the question is, are her cooldowns going to be enough? That Lux laser still does hurt that Nami. Jarvan desperately trying to ult to control some of these people. Ari just jumping into the backline to get that double kill. Triple, in fact.
Triple, and they're definitely going to be able to take this tower.
At least trying desperately to go back to defend, but they're gonna get that tower and probably an inhibitor too.
Yeah.
Unless Elise can quickly jump on that Nasus, even then it still would not be
Even then, it's
beneficial.
one kill, and then she still has to 1v3 with her moves
Right.
down.
Here we've got the Ari with the charm.
The Ari with the chunking for the ace.
I believe I may have just had a DC.
Don't worry, I'm still here, guys.
That's good. The League client is DC'd. The stream is still working fine, so.
Well, we're up to now a 15k difference in gold in blue team's favor. I think that what happened yesterday is going to happen again, where we're going to have a total shutout of towers. For those of you who weren't watching yesterday, one team, I believe it was McSnarly, took 11 towers, that's every single one, and did not lose a single tower for themselves. And there's a 6th tower down for purple side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything currently. It's quite interesting.
Looking at tower health, all of blue side's first towers are at roughly half health, mid tower being the highest of the 3.
Let me try quickly restarting this here.
Yeah.
Aha, I had a blue team victory. That's interesting.
Well, it looks like they already know.
Already know.